Okay, this was a trend started by Nikki's Tutorial, where Google picks your makeup, and that is what I'm going to do today. So let's whip out our nice handy dandy iPhone, because so many people have an iPhone. And sorry about the cleavage and such, like this tank top is just not a good tank top to be wearing right now, but oh well. Apologizing in advance. So we're going to go to Google Images, and then we're going to type in our initials. So mine are GL. The first picture is this black 2014 Mercedes-Benz GL class, GL 450, whatever. But that is the picture. I guess the only colors I can really get out of here is red, black, and silver, or white, kind of. Do a black and red look today, which kind of scares me because I don't use black eyeshadow anymore, which is probably very shocking. But I don't. I just don't. But for the silver, I guess, let me pin my hair back. So I'm going to start with kind of like a transition shade on my lid. So I'm going to try to get that silvery theme, but still kind of black. So I'm going to go in with this silver, black, metallic, shiny, shimmery shade from this e.l.f. Bake eyeshadow palette. You know, it's been through a lot of use, as you can see. So, yeah, we're going to start off with that black shimmery shade. We're going to start with this transition shade. I'm going to try to get close here. Sorry about the cleavage. Oh, pigment. Okay. Like I said, I don't use this shade a lot because I've been kind of like a warmer color person lately, which I know is probably very shocking. But yeah, we're just going to blend this out. This is going to be kind of like where we're going to start everything. Is just blending this into the crease. And I am using a really cheap brush from e.l.f. because I am cheap and I do not buy high-end products. So, if you're a person who wanted to see some high-end products, it's not a place to be because I'm broke. Yeah, high-end makeup is definitely off the list. So that is where we're at right now, which is very crazy for me to look at because this is not really a look that I go for. I've been using these. So we're going to go in with the other eye and do basically the same exact thing. It's just build it in the crease, which is such crazy color to put in the crease because it is like a shimmer shade, and usually people don't put a shimmer shade in the crease, but you know what? I'm doing it because it's the only silver shadow that I have, like that kind of shade shadow, and I have a look in my mind I'm going to try to create, and that calls for this in the crease. Because I'm eventually going to go in with a black and build it up a little darker to get some depths in there. But I didn't want it just all to be black. I'm sorry if I'm putting the mirror in front of my face. This is very awkward to film, and it is my first video in a very long time. So bear with me. I'm a little rusty when it comes to camera angles, but hey, I wasn't that good in the beginning anyway. So this is what we have so far, is we have this really crazy, like, sparkly crease lid type thing going on. So now it's time to get a little scary and darken it up. I'm going to kind of use this more flimsy but pointed brush instead of this really poofy brush. I'll probably go back in to blend this out a little bit more because this one does the job but doesn't do the job at the same time. So I don't recommend that you buy knockoff makeup from Amazon, but I've had this palette for quite a bit and it's seen its days, so we're going to go in with this black color right here because it is the only black eyeshadow that I have. So yeah, I don't have as many dark eyeshadows as I used to. So, oh boy, I'm scared. I'm so scared. I do not use black makeup anymore. So this is very intimidating, and it was such a challenge to get that photo. So yep, we're gonna build up the crease with the black eyeshadow. Oh god. That's so much. Oh god. Oh god. Surprisingly though, this matte eyeshadow isn't doing too bad blending into this shimmery shade, and I actually like how it's like the shimmer is kind of showing through the black. But oh my baby Jesus, am I scared to do this? Okay, I think we've built up that black a little to the point of where it's gonna be. So anyway, so we're gonna go back in with that silver shade to kind of like not get rid of all of the silver on the top and kind of blend the black out and make it not so harsh. So yeah, we're just building that in the crease. So now that we have the black, which is very dramatic right now, we have the black and the silver going, so now we have to, of course, go in with our red, which I can actually tell you what this palette is because it's new. It is the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette, and I just got this at Walmart. Like I said, I use drugstore makeup like only. I did not use high-end makeup. I just don't have the money for that. So, yep. This is what the back looks like. This is what the front looks like. It just caught my eye because it's been a while since I've had a rainbow palette, because you can say this is the fucking rainbow. But we're going to go in with this first red shade, and we're going to fill in. So yeah, we're just gonna put the red kind of like on the inner and then going out into the black. So, I mean, this probably would have been easier to do if I like had carved out where I was putting the red with like foundation or a primer or something, but it's late and I'm lazy, so it's actually not turning out too bad. Just putting the red over it kind of blends itself that way. And yeah, the red also has like a shimmer, so it kind of goes with the sparkles. And I'm just using some knockoff brush from Amazon. It's just like a flat, you know, just a flat kind of brush. So I think I've got my red down, but I really, really, really don't want to just end here. Corner and hold. So I have this little like ball of like glitter, and it kind of gets everywhere, you know. Glitter likes to do that. But we're gonna put some of that in the like inner corners, so it's just kind of brightening it up. And it also, you know, it goes with the silver. When in doubt, use sparkles because they cover up all your mistakes. This is where I'm gonna end with the eyeshadow.
Sorry, that is like totally lost my big poofy brush.
I like blonde. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this and try to get rid of all that fallout. Probably gonna have to go in with like a beauty blender or something and kind of clean it up because, or you know, don't and just be lazy like me, but I mean, it's a little crazy. The final parts of this look where I'm just gonna do some carving out of the eyeshadow on the edges, I might blend some on the lower lash line right there. But
Black again scares the shit out of me, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but like I like put something down and then lose it in like a second, and then like yeah, my life. Cause like oh there it is. See like I'll put something down and be looking and be like where is it? And then like it's like right there in front of me. And it's kind of like it's kind of sad. So anyways,
I'm gonna carve this out just with like a flat brush. I don't have many brushes, so I just clean the same one off for a different purpose. Yep.
I'm not perfect. I don't have what every makeup person has. I just make things work. So I'm literally just like carving out this so it's not so like just blah, and then like totally had that pink come off with that. So none of my eyeliner was actually on camera, so I apologize for that, but you know, I basically just made a winged eyeliner. I followed the carved out section and then I fucked up, so then I had to go underneath the waterline a little bit, and that looked very unclean, so then I took some black eyeshadow and I smoked it out in the corner there, because who doesn't go over their mistakes to make it look like they weren't mistakes? I do. All the time. Literally, all the time. I improvise while doing my makeup pretty much all the time. So we're going to go in with a little bit of mascara, but I'm going to put lashes on, so probably not like a bunch of mascara, because I find it's very difficult to get my lashes on, because my eyelashes curl so far, like they curl up really, like, yeah, they curl up, and so it's harder to get my eyelashes to lay flat against my lash line if I have a bunch of mascara holding them curled up, so I just kind of, like, go in at the base, so when I put my, like, lashes on, they're blended together, and, like, I know some people put, like, mascara on their lashes after. I do that because I get really cheap lashes, like, I don't spend a crazy amount on lashes, so I don't really mind if they aren't going to last as long, because, like, I'll just go buy more that are cheap. But I love the, like, fox, I don't know what they're called, fox lashes that I've been in, but, like, I hate the band. I absolutely hate it. It's very uncomfortable. I wore them to prom, and, like, yeah, they looked, like, super dramatic, super wispy, super, like, full and stuff, but, like, the band was just so uncomfortable, because it wasn't, like, I like the clear band instead of, sorry, excuse me, the thick black band, because it just sits better, and it, like, is more comfortable, and it's easier to put on. They're more flexible and stuff like that, so it's like, I don't know. I prefer a clear band and not a full band.
So, yes, we got a little bit of mascara on, nothing crazy, nothing like, oh, let's put like a million coats on. Probably looked like I put a lot of coats on, but that mascara is running out, so it's probably not as much as you thought it was. And I used the Duo lash glue, but I used the one with a brush, because I find that if I put
Too much glue on, I find when I use the squeezy ones that I accidentally put too much.
So I use the brush. I find that the Duo one lasts pretty much just as long. You know, it's good. It works. If you're not good at squeezing out glue from an eyelash tube, get the brush, because it's a lot easier. I'll show you what lashes I'm putting on after I apply these. But, like, if you don't like putting on fake lashes, I would just, like, tell you to wear the ones with the clear bands. Make sure to cut them to the shape of your eye from the outside. I know you've probably heard that, but a lot of people forget which side you're supposed to cut it from, and you're always supposed to cut from the outside, because the inside is gonna look like it's like there's smaller lashes than the outside, so, like, yeah, you get the point. So cut from the outside so that you don't lose that effect from it, and I always, like, curl them in a U shape to get them kind of flexible and ready, and, like, when the glue is getting tacky, it kind of holds in that, like, more eye shape, so that when you're putting them on, it's a lot easier to get them in the spot that you want them. And I always, like, wait a few minutes to kind of move them around, wait for that glue to get tacky, and it's usually for the clear one when it starts to turn, like, a dark blue, and that's when I start to put it on my lash. I'm going to use this mirror because it's a lot easier than using a small mirror, so you're probably not going to see it in depth how to put on lashes, but maybe someday, because I'm not that good. I've just practiced a little. So we got the first one done. I don't have a lot of things. I don't have a eyelash curler, so I just kind of like take my fingers and I kind of like pinch them together to kind of get my real lashes to go in with the fake eyelashes so they don't look so separated. But the thing that's nice with the clear band is that even if you don't get them super close to your like lash line, it's still not going to look super noticeable because they're clear in between, and it's not going to look like this big thick black band that's just kind of like underneath your eyelashes, or like, you know, you're not going to see the band as much because it is clear except for where the lashes are. So I have put on my lashes. As you can see, you know, I'm not the fucking best at it. I'm not the best at making them look perfect, but I've practiced enough to where I can get them on my fucking face. So, you know, I'm just going to blend my lashes a little bit. I'm not going to really go through the full, like, lash. Like, I feel like that's really not needed. So I'm just going to, like, kind of go through the base of those lashes and kind of make them stand out. Sometimes I go through the top, like the inner corner ones, because I feel like these ones look very dramatic and these ones just don't. So I like to do that to make them kind of like blend together, and then I'm gonna go over the bottom ones
A little bit in the corner because mine are very long and I don't want to do them all the way to in the inner corner. I like to just keep them out here because they look very crazy when I do it all the way across the waterline. So I just do it on the outer corner there, on my little lash line.
I just do the outer corner a little bit, and let me look at this picture again, because I'm trying to think like if I can cheat and use like bronzer and stuff, but I'm just not really seeing anything. I mean, there is like a kind of a brown reflection in the back window, so we're gonna take that as, yeah, you can use bronzer. Alright, cool, let's go. I'll just use this e.l.f. palette. It's supposed to be a finishing powder, but it's way too dark for my skin, so I use it as like a like nice warm like bronzer. Like nothing too like heavy or crazy of a bronzer or dark. It's just kind of like a nice warm contour bronzer type deal. Like I never, yeah, you get what I mean.
My pores are looking crazy down here. I'm so glad you can't see that, but I can, and this is part of the reason why I stopped making videos, is because I didn't like the way my face looked. I thought it was not really, nobody wanted to watch a video where someone's face was just like terrible, but from watching the Taylor, her videos and stuff, and seeing her be so confident and to share her struggle with acne and to share how like, you know, just to share her makeup skills still, and to make videos despite having to get in front of the camera and look at like her face and to like show other people that, I kind of was like, you know what, your quality isn't even as good as hers. They won't even know, so go for it. So here I am. I'm going for it. Okay, so, and now I'm just going to use a knockoff brush for, you know, just like a big brush like this, poofy, stiff kind of brush for my highlight, and I'm just going to go in with a highlight from this e.l.f. palette because I don't really have any other one other than that crazy sparkle one, but that I have in my inner corner, so I don't want to put it as a highlight. And this isn't like a crazy highlight either, it's just kind of like a subtle highlight to give a little bit of shine because, yeah, whatever, silver trimming, we can put a highlight on.
Because, yeah, I can't not wear highlight. It's like one of my favorite things, and I feel like it's one of a lot of people's favorite things. And like, if you like a crazy highlight, go for it, because that's what I do. And if you don't like a crazy highlight and you like a subtle highlight, then that's okay. You do you. You have fun with whatever highlight you want to do, because it's your face and it's what you like and it's your art. Your face is the canvas and you do what you like. So this is it. Usually I'd fill in my brows or something, but I just do not feel like doing that right now. And I had a red lipstick somewhere, but I don't know where it went, so we're just going to pretend that I put red lipstick on because I don't want to put a nude lip on this because this is crazy and like it wouldn't even matter.
But anyways, this is the final look. A little crazy, a little hard to tell what I'm doing because, yeah, but this is the final look. Sorry about the cleavage. Oh yeah, and then the eyelashes.
These are the eyelashes that I wear. I like these the best out of all of the ones that I've tried because they're super natural looking, but they're still like super, ooh, you have like nice lashes kind of deal. These ones aren't trimmed. The ones I have on were trimmed, and I usually put them right back on this to keep them looking the way they look. And then some, like, you know, when they get too much full of the glue, I will take them off with the tweezers and stuff. But yep, these are my favorite. I think they're like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're like $5-6 for 2 pairs, so that's pretty nice for a pair of lashes that work and are durable and stay on and look natural enough but dramatic enough. I don't know if I'm permanently back or if I'm going to be making a lot of videos, but I'm going to try to do something at least, but not sure how often that's going to be because in August I do start school as a full-time cosmetology student, so yay for me, a lot of work, woo!
But I made a video, and it's been a while, and yeah, so here we are with a makeup video from Google Does My Makeup, and yeah, this is the picture that inspired this makeup. We got the black, we got the silver, we got the red, we got the silver on the inner corner, we got the highlight, bronzer from the Brown Effect. We got it all. I think I did pretty good for this, and yep. Subscribe, like, comment if you want to see certain things. Sorry I disappeared for like a year. Sorry.